It's also very important to understand how much home you can afford. Now, I'm not talking about how much home you can be approved for with a lender. Oftentimes they have different types of financing where you might start at a low payment and end up at a payment that is much higher than you really want to pay because you just got real excited about the home. Okay, so when you do that, you can get in trouble real easy, and all of a sudden everything you worked so hard for you can jeopardize by a foreclosure or losing the home. So when I'm talking about how much you can afford, what you really need to do is you need to calculate the payment. Okay, that's principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. The total payment you're making on that property that you purchase or you're anticipating purchasing, and then you add your car payment, any credit card payments, and all other payments with interest attached to them. Okay, and that's a debt, a bill. It's always a good idea to kind of figure out water and trash, also your food expenses, gasoline. You want to figure out everything you possibly can. And the deal is after you've done that, if it comes out negative, even though you might be able to get a loan for the amount you want to make that purchase, it's something you might want to give a second thought. If it comes out positive and there's still money left over, then well, gee, you'll be fine, just fine. But you don't want to go in up to here making payments. See, you're much better off going into a house making payments here, so you have some leeway. Up here you can drown, eat pretty easy. Down here you can wade through the heavy water all day long and probably be okay. So that's always real important. Okay? Now I'm going to show you how to save a bundle financing your property. In this particular case, we're looking at a down payment of 3.5% versus a down payment of 20%. Down payments can vary quite a bit from 3.5% to 0% to 90%. It just depends on what kind of financial product you use. However, for illustration purposes, we're going to show the difference between 3.5% and 20% based on a sales price of $100,000. Obviously, 3.5% of $100,000 is a down payment of $3,500. Okay, 20%, $20,000. Now, in the event that the home value increases by 1.5% in 1 year, that's $1,500. So if you take the 1.5% of the $100,000, that's how we get the $1,500. Now, if you've used a down payment of $3,500, that means you have made 43% of your money back, your down payment, because of appreciation, because the property's gone up in value $1,500, right? 43% of $3,500 is $1,500. Whereas it's gone up the same value, $1,500, which is the 1.5%, but you use a $20,000 down payment. Now, $20,000 only represents 8% increase. Okay, so it's easier, or it's actually better, to get 43% using $3,500 than to get 8% using $20,000. Okay, have this instead of the $20,000 for one property. If you use, let's say, the $3,500 down payment for buying 6 properties, then your total return on your money would have been $9,000. Okay, so that's called the principle of leverage.